Shonen Jump has provided us with some of the greatest anime of all time. Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach are all legends at this point. It sometimes seems as though no anime could possibly get out from under their shadows. My Hero Academia has surprised everyone by proving that there can still be new legends. The show features a young man named Izuku Midoriya who gets to join the prestigious superhero academy UA. Unfortunately, there's this group of evildoers who keep interrupting the studies of Midoriya and his friends. Most fans think they're able to do this because there's a snitch in the school. Luckily, we think we know who that snitch is. Here is the traitor from My Hero Academia finally revealed. Before My Hero Academia really got going, it seemed like it would just be a slice-of-life story. The first several episodes were concerned primarily with Midoriya getting his powers from All Might and joining UA. The next batch of episodes were about things like class presidents and tests. These episodes were certainly entertaining, but they weren't exactly high-stakes situations. One event changed the trajectory of the series forever. During what looked to be a straightforward field exercise, the school was attacked by the League of Villains. This not only injected the show with a new level of action, but a new level of mystery as well. The League of Villains should have never been able to infiltrate the school in that manner. Shigaraki and company would not have been able to pull it off without help from the inside. Principal Netsu pretty much confirmed this when he speculated that there was a traitor inside UA. This has led to wild speculation from the fanbase as to who the school snitch might be. They even distinctly pointed out that the turncoat could be a teacher or a student. There's only one way to figure this out. It's time to launch a full My Hero Academia investigation until we decipher who the snitch really is. Someone has to play anime detective to get to the bottom of this mystery. Since all the other famous investigators are all busy and probably don't watch anime, we'll have to do it. So let's go through the prime suspects until we determine the biggest person of interest. Let's start with the series' main character, Deku. He might seem to be the least likely character that would turn on UA, but that doesn't mean he's beyond suspicion. It is possible that Deku is playing some sort of long con, possibly without knowing it. He may be specifically designed to manipulate All Might into giving him his quirk. Then he's established himself as the most honorable student at UA to put himself above reproach. Perhaps he will reveal himself to be a sleeper agent for the League of Villains in one of the biggest twists in anime history. It would be like Luffy discovering the One Piece treasure only to then reveal he only used his friends to get the treasure. Still, this option seems pretty unlikely. Let's put the chances of Deku being the traitor at about 5%. Bakugo has proven himself to be a fierce warrior, but he's not the noblest of potential heroes. The League of Villains has even taken a strong interest in him. That being said, Bakugo seems way too big-headed and direct to be able to plan a ruse like this. The chances of him being the traitor are at about 10%, if that. Ochako, Tsuya, and Momo all seem like highly unlikely suspects. None of these characters have shown much of a dark side, so it would seem out of left field for them to be traitors. All of them rank at about 2% suspicion. Then there's Tenya, who's presented himself as one of the series' most dedicated students. That being said, he does have quite the weakness. His older brother Tensei is his inspiration. After Tensei was injured in a confrontation with Stain, he had to retire. It's entirely possible that Tenya has been telling his brother all sorts of secrets under the umbrella of brotherly trust. Then the possibly evil Tensei could have been giving that info to the League of Villains. This would be about the most heartbreaking twist in the series. There's about a 30% chance that Tenya will get his heart ripped out by his brother and the bad guys. Todoroki is one of the most tragic characters in the series. His immense power is due to the abuse of his superhero dad, Endeavor. He's already shown that he loves to bring shame to the world's second biggest hero. What could possibly bring more shame to Endeavor than his son revealing himself to be a secret member of the League of Villains? Let's clock this one at about 40%. Seems like the kind of thing My Hero would do. This would essentially make Todoroki the Sasuke to Midoriya's Naruto. Anime loves that protagonist's frenemy as a villain trope. One of the biggest suspects that fans love to speculate about is none other than Monoma. He's proven time and time again that he has a devious nature and will do whatever is necessary to succeed. Perhaps the biggest clue that he's the traitor is his quirk. He has the ability to mimic anyone else's quirk for a short amount of time. Fans have pointed out that this is extremely similar to All for One's quirk. The evil villain has the ability to steal quirks permanently. It's even possible that Monoma's quirk will evolve into All for One's with time. Fans speculate that Monoma may even be revealed as All For One's son in a future episode. This would be perfect for the series considering Midoriya is positioned to be All Might's successor. If he truly is going to be the next All Might, then he'll need an arch nemesis like All For One as his own antagonist. Who would be better than All Might's own son? Monoma is also blonde, blue-eyed, and has an icy demeanor. This brings to mind characters like Anne from Attack on Titan and Deidara from Naruto Shippuden. It's one of anime's most beloved villain tropes, so the chances of Monoma being the traitor are at about 80%, let's say. Because of this information, let's go ahead and tag Monoma as our prime suspect in this investigation. Unless they're pointing to him on purpose to make him a red herring. If only there was another resource aside from the show that might shed more light on his character. There was a new book released in Japan that featured a more in-depth analysis of the students at UA. This book highlighted some important information that may reveal that our prime suspect is the culprit we think he is. The book states that Monoma has a strong dislike for Class 1A, that he even spends time going to their room to trade insults in moments that haven't appeared on the show or in the manga. It also states that he's known to be mischievous. Could he also have been going to Class 1A to spy on the students there? The League of Villains has a definite interest in Bakugo, and we've seen Monoma instigate the hot-headed hero several times. Maybe all of these confrontations were about him trying to see if Bakugo was villain material. There's also the fact that he was the only student from Class 1B who was at the lodge when it was attacked. Sure, he joined in the confrontation against the villains, but that could have all been to help keep his cover. Not to mention the fact that he's frequently animated in an underlit fashion while giving a monologue. Nothing screams villain more than that. That being said, My Hero Academia revels in going against established shonen expectations. It almost seems a little too easy that Monoma would be the snitch. So who are these suspects that perhaps get neglected? For example, there's some evidence that Kaminari might actually be the secret villain. It's been shown that his electric powers could be used to transmit signals. He could be transmitting to the League at all times. He also doesn't have much interest in his studies. Kaminari is generally one of the less intelligent characters at UA. So if he's the snitch, he's probably being manipulated. This one is certainly a long shot, but one that shouldn't be ignored. There's a 35% chance that Kaminari is going to be revealed as the snitch, but that would make it quite the good twist. Aoyama is one character that rarely gets taken seriously. For starters, he has one of the sillier quirks. You probably won't see anyone who can shoot laser beams from their belly button in a Marvel movie, not even Guardians of the Galaxy. There is some reason to think that he's the traitor, though. The biggest piece of evidence is that during the forest training arc, Dabi saw him but let him be. It's possible that this was because Dabi didn't view him as a threat. It's pretty suspicious, though. It could be that Dabi knew Aoyama was the double agent and didn't want to mess with him. Still, he's mostly portrayed as a comic relief character, so it seems unlikely he would get such a dramatic twist. Let's give this one a 30% chance. There's also the possibility that the snitch might be a member of the staff. Who would be in a better position to share school information than the people who work at the school? The teachers may present themselves as honorable, but not all of them are what they appear. Shota Aizawa is the homeroom teacher of Class 1A. He has access to all the information that the League of Villains needs. Not only does he know where the class will be at all times, but he also is an expert on each one of them. That being said, he has gone full tilt against the League. It seems unlikely that he would go that hard if he was a double agent. So this one's at about 8%. Nemuri Kayama is also a distinct possibility. She isn't the most conventional hero out there. In fact, there are plenty of times where it seems as though she barely takes her job seriously at all. It isn't hard to think that there might be a secret side to her that we haven't seen. The show hasn't put a lot of time in with her character though, so the chances are about 25% here. Principal Nezu also should be considered. He suffered through quite a lot of trauma at the hands of humans. It's possible that he holds a grudge. No one would be in a better position to manipulate events than he would. He's still a rather mysterious character too. It's possible that there's another side to him that we haven't yet seen. We also shouldn't discount the possibility of one of the heroes betraying the younger generation to the other side. The show has gone out of its way to prove that the heroes aren't necessarily as heroic as they should be. Endeavor specifically isn't a particularly good person, despite the fact that he's the number 2 hero out there. He chose his wife and raised a son all with a desire for his child to overcome All Might. This shows a level of obsession that's only matched by All For One. Then there's the question of his extremely successful crime-stopping record. No other hero can touch him in this regard. What better way for him to get a better record than by having an inside scoop with the villains? It would be easy for him to trade information with the League. He's also shown little interest in his son or the young heroes. It wouldn't be a stretch for him to turn on them at all. He also has a flaming beard which just screams evil villain. Still, it's hard to think of this prideful man risking his status like this, so this is only about a 40% chance. Then there's All Might, who, well, actually he seems about as genuinely perfect as perfect can be. So the chances of him being in any way associated with the League are obviously zero, and that's ridiculous if you'd ever think so. Whew. Of course, there's always a possibility that there is no Snitch. Maybe someone in the League of Villains has a quirk that allows them to spy on our heroes in ways no one knows. All for One may be playing everyone against each other in an effort to divide and conquer. Still, it's unlikely that the show would set up a mystery like this only for it not to have a satisfactory ending. Since they specifically said that there was likely a mole in the school, we should be expecting that reveal to be on the way. Though, let's be honest, we've probably figured it out. We've analyzed all of the principal suspects now and can safely call out our main person of interest. The available information points to Monoma as our prime suspect. Only time will tell if we're right. Do you agree that Monoma is the double agent at UA? If not, who do you think it could be? Todoroki? Bakugo? Someone we haven't mentioned? Feel free to help with our investigation down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.